Something. Last night, I was hearing a shiur, and it gave me chizuk. It gave me a little bit of strength. And I would like to share with you a little bit of the idea of this shiur. And it started like this, even though it have nothing to do with the parasha of today. But he said, we all know the famous story with Safra Synagogue and the brothers, right? And we know that Yehuda was the most powerful one of all the brothers. And then he said, but let's talk about the midrashim that are telling us the insights of this story. So again, before I start with the midrashim, I must tell you that the midrashim, you should not learn it literally. That's not the point of a midrash. The midrash is to be able to understand the message that the midrash wants to teach us. Alright? The midrash writes, Yehuda was so mad at the moment that Yosef told the brothers that he's going to keep Binyamin. Says the midrash, Yehuda had 2 hairs in his chest. And these 2 hairs, if Yehuda was getting mad, was getting angry, these 2 hairs were coming out straight like swords, says the Midrash. Not only that, the Midrash writes that obviously Yehuda gives such a scream and such a yell, and only from the yell that he gave, all of the guards around Yosef, they fell to the ground. They fell. Yeah. And says the Midrash that Yehuda was about to take out his sword, and if he was taking out his sword, he was killing the whole entire city. No, he didn't have rachamim, he didn't have mercy. He was such a powerful man that he decided that's it, he's going to kill everybody to take out his brother Binyamin. Until the Midrash writes that Yosef calls up his son Menashe, and he tells him, give him a small heat. Makkah. Why he gave him the heat? So this type of makkah, this type of heat, was a special heat only from the family of Yaakov. That if he will give him that heat, it will relax Yehuda. Where will he give him that heat? In his chest. Comes Menashe and he hit Yehuda, and Yehuda all of a sudden got confused, and he turns to his brothers and he tells them, this makkah, this heat that I just got here, if somebody from our family, it's impossible that somebody else from another family knows and has such a power to hit me like that. And then Yehuda says that, and the Midrash writes that Yosef tells Yehuda, you're making too much of a noise, too much of a balagan. You're telling me that you want your brother when you sell your brother Yosef? And then Yehuda opens his eyes and he says, how do you know? And he says, how do I know? I have Yosef over here. He's one of my slaves. And then says the Midrash, all of the brothers, they just heard that sentence. They stood frozen on their spot. And Yosef says out loud, Yosef, come out. Show yourself to your brothers. Show yourself to, and tell them that you were sold by them here to Egypt. And the Midrash writes in details how the brothers were looking all around. And they were looking, maybe from this door he's going to come, maybe from that door he's going to come. Until Yosef says, Ani Yosef, Aod Avichai. He's taking Kiviyachol the mask. And he says, I am Yosef, your brother. Is my father still alive? And says the Midrash, and says the Torah, "Lo yachlu echav la'anot oto ki nivhalu mipanav." The brothers, they couldn't answer him because they were scared from him. Chazal are explaining what happened before and what happened after. Why they got scared. And then Yosef, listen up the pasuk, then Yosef repeats himself again. Ani geshuna elai vayigashu. Come up to me. They came up to him. And he said, Ani Yosef achichem asher mechartem oti hena. I am Yosef, your brother, that you sold me to Mitzrayim. Rabotai, why Yosef HaTzadik have to repeat twice the same sentence? Halas, Ajay, you understood? You are Yosef. Why you have to repeat it twice? Say Chazal something unbelievable. Say Chazal. The first time that Yosef said he is Yosef, the brothers couldn't answer him. Why? They saw that Yosef HaTzadik, even in Mitzrayim, he became such a great man. Not only financially, not only having power in all the land, but also spiritually. They saw that Yosef, even in Mitzrayim, he continued being tzaddik. They said to themselves, oh my gosh, if we weren't selling Yosef, and Yosef was staying in his house, in our house, in the house of his father, imagine what level of spirituality it will get to. What we did by taking Yosef out from his father, and look, we avoid Yosef to become even greater than what he is today. That was the worry of the brothers of Yosef. Comes Yosef and he says to his brothers, Geshuna elai, come here. Ani Yosef achichem. I am Yosef, your brother. You know why? Because I was sold to Mitzrayim. If I wasn't sold to Mitzrayim, and if I wasn't coming down here, and if I didn't have all the challenges that I had, I wasn't becoming Yosef, the great tzaddik. I was becoming another one of the brothers. What made me to me the greatest tzaddik? That I was sold to Mitzrayim and I had all the challenges in front of me. And about that, the Pasuk writes, says Shlomo HaMelech, Keshoshana ben achochim ken ra'ayati ben abanot. Shoshana, it's a beautiful flower. Says Rashi, this Shoshana have a lot of kotzim. How do you say kotzim in English? Thorns. Right? Have a lot of thorns. Says Rashi about this pasuk, the same way that this rose, this beautiful Shoshana, even though he have so many kotzim, so many thorns around him, still he's not only ruining the beauty of the flower, but he's making it even more beautiful and more powerful. Same thing Am Yisrael. More challenges they had, more powerful and more beautiful you become. Rabbi, this is a tremendous message for each one of us. People are complaining, why God is doing this to me? And I'm having this problem, why? And we complain over here, we complain over there, and we don't understand that all the purpose why Hashem is giving us those challenges is only to become greater. If we're not going to have the challenges, we're never going to grow. Never going to grow. Let me tell you a fantastic story that I heard. There was a soldier in the IDF in Israel. His name was Tzahi. Very Israeli name. Tzahi. Tzahi one day was going back home and he stopped. He was in one of the bus stops. I don't know exactly where. And then he sees all of a sudden 5 Arabs coming out from a car with the knives, coming to kill the soldier or kidnap him. He said he was so scared, but automatically he took up his gun and he shot. And he was able to kill 4 or 5 terrorists. He killed him in such a way that was looking so professional. He said, just came out, but he killed him in such a way that one bullet to kill them on the spot, all of the 4. The 5th one was able to escape, and Tzahi was in shock. So he got far from the area. The 5th Arab came back, and he took, before the police came and before everybody came, he took all of the knives of these terrorists, and he hid it, and he escaped. When the police came up, they saw 4 bodies of 4 Arabs, yeah, and each one of them was shot down. The police didn't believe Tzahi, and they decided that they didn't want to kill you. You're a murderer. And making the long story short, they took this soldier, they put him into a judge, and they gave him, they didn't have enough proofs. They tried to look all over. No, all of the proofs looks like he was the one that killed the Arabs for no reason. They gave him 4 times, it's called Ma'asar Olam. Ma'asar Olam is cadena perpetua. How do you say that in English?
Life sentence.
Life sentence. 4 life sentence. Can you imagine? 4 life sentence. Forever. It says that he was in jail. And he was broken. He was broken, totally broken. He's not a religious soldier, totally broken. One of those days, in Israel, they have the rabbi of the jail that comes and gives shiurim. One of those days, Tzahi sees the rabbi of the jail and he calls him up. And he tells him, Rabbi, what can I tell you? I'm broken. I trust on God. I pray to God. And look, now I have 4 life sentence to stay over here in jail. So the rabbi asked him, one second. You're telling me that you trust in God and you pray to God. When did you pray to God? He says, Rabbi, you don't understand. That day that the 5 Arabs came out from the car, I got the point, it was in seconds, I said, I have no chance. I have no chance even to take out the gun and to charge it. The first thing that I said, I prayed to God, Hashem, help me out. They're going to kill me. And I know that Hashem answered to me. He gave me power from I don't know where. I took the gun and I charged it and I was able to kill all of the 4. But listen, so God answered me and I thought that I got saved and I got a new life, Baruch Hashem, but for what? To be in jail? All the rest of my life? The rabbi, you try to encourage him a little bit. But it's very hard. He says that the rabbi left the jail and he decided to go to one of the greatest rabbis of our generation. Passed away. His name was Rabbi Shteiman, alav shalom. And he got to Rabbi Shteiman and he told him the whole story. And he told Rabbi Shteiman, listen, this is the poor guy, Hazit. He says, I don't understand. He prayed to God the first time, so why he doesn't pray now? Why are you giving up? You have a challenge. Why you say no? And listen, I'm the worst. Why you don't pray now? Go back and tell them. The rabbi went back. And he sat down with the soldier, with the prisoner, and he told him, listen what the rabbi told me. Pray. Why did you stop praying? Pray. Rabotai, few weeks pass. One day the rabbi was walking in one of the streets and all of a sudden he sees Tzahi. Tzahi, the soldier, is outside. He looks at Tzahi. Are you Tzahi? What are you doing here? He says, what do you mean what I'm doing here? I prayed and Hashem answered to me. He said, can you explain it, please? He says, yes. I prayed with all my heart that day. And Rabbi, next day, the Shabak, it's like the FBI of Israel, right? The Shabak they got the fifth Arab. They got him. And once they got him, they were able to take the information out. Once they took the information, automatically they sent me for free. He says, I understood that my worst problem was that when I had a challenge, instead of trying to fight and to take advantage from the challenge, I just decided to be a Hazid guy, poor guy, to give up, to say I have no chance, well, it's going to be with me, and that's it. And Rabotai, what Yosef HaTzadik is coming to teach us is exactly the opposite. The only thing that is going to make you be great is to be able to fight against the challenges. Don't give up. There is a challenge. Don't say, oh, what am I going to do now? The opposite. God is giving you the challenge to be able to grow. And I'm going to give you a very simple mashal, and with this I'm done. There's a beautiful mashal. I believe all of you had that. If you had a child at the beginning, little baby, you want him to start walking, right? So you hold your kid with both of the hands and you start walking with him. And then all of a sudden, when you feel that the kid is already holding more secure, you're going to start leaving one hand. And at the beginning he's scared. But then he's going to learn that also with one hand he can walk. And then as a father, you're going to leave both of the hands, and you're going to go a little bit behind, like one step or two steps, and you're going to tell your son, come honey, walk to daddy. Right? And the kid is going to make one step, and the second step, and then what? And then the father is going to go one more step back. Now put yourself 1 second in the head of the kid. Daddy? Daddy, I already made this 2 steps for you. Where are you going? Where are you going back? And then he says, okay, you know what? I'm going to make one more step. And the kid makes one more step. And the father, what he does? Goes back again. And the kid doesn't understand. And if the kid is going to behave like us when we have a challenge, he will have no chance to walk. He will go down to the floor. He will start crying. I don't want to stand up anymore. I don't want to walk anymore. Nothing. But as parents, we know that the only way to make our kids walk is only to put them in this type of challenge. Rabotai is the same thing by us. Don't give up about challenges. It's an opportunity. Natat nes lehitnoses. Nisayon comes from the word of nes. Nes is to bring you up. Lehitnoses, to get up. More you understand that the challenge is coming for your benefit, then you're going to see how really throughout the challenge you're going to be a greater man. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai אומר, מצא הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את ישראל לפיכך, ידבר להם תורה